What is up, YouTube? Today is a fun little chess day. I'm coming in with no plan. I'm just doing whatever the hell I want because I'm in between phases of my program right now. So I'm like, screw it. I'm going to hit some chess and have just a nice little pump today. So I might start off with some pre-exhaust flies, some bench press, some stuff I haven't done in a while, but we'll get to it. But the other day I posted something on my Instagram and it was like a swipe through and there was a quote on it that I wrote on the board, which is gone now. But everyone was like, where the fuck is this quote from? And I thought it was a really good quote. And when I was traveling to LA, I was reading this book called Flow by Mahalli Mahali. I have no idea how to say it. It's impossible. When you see his name, you'll know I don't know how to pronounce it. But I wrote down a few quotes from it because it was like on my brain. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to share it on YouTube because I was on the plane like just writing as I was reading, and I thought they felt very profound to me in the moment. One of them I got is, meaning is built when your actions, your values, your attention all point in the same direction. I read that, I was like, fuck, how often are we feeling like we know what's right in our heart, we know what we love, we know what we want to do, but we're not thinking about those things, we're not putting our attention on those things, and we're most likely not taking action on those things. And that's when life starts to like lose meaning, lose purpose. We start to feel lost and kind of anxious. And I feel like it's so important, where how many times can you like know something is right and not do it, and you feel so shitty about it because you're doing the comfortable, easy thing. You know, where it might be a short period of time where you're uncomfortable, but if you're making the right decision that align with your values, which is like your core pillars of life, then everything else flows from there. But when you can make decisions and have your life aligned, like maybe your job isn't exactly what you want it to be, but what are your values in life? If it's showing up on time, working hard, being positive energy, lifting others up around you, and you're able to do that in your job, at least you feel better about that. And you're maintaining an energy that you're also proud to bring home to your family. And in your values, your actions, and your attention all are all aligned. And the book is called Flow because it's about creating flow in your life, in your body, in your mind, and your energy. And when everything is aligned, energy can flow through it, and then you feel good. You literally have energy. And I've had so many periods in my life where I'm just like tired all the time and I'm exhausted and I don't know why. And it's typically because I'm consistently doing things that I just hate to do. Like there's a lot of stuff that's required of me now because of the business and all the stuff I have set up that I don't enjoy doing anymore. And the more of those I have to do, I just feel drained because they don't line up with what's most important to me anymore. And so a lot of my last year has been like trying to align things at least into the future, where I'm set up to a point where I say no to the things I don't want to do. I say yes to the things that I line up with, and I'm constantly keeping my attention, my values in line with my actions. And I was like, that alone is such a huge thing for life. The other one I have written down is, a life loses meaning when attention scatters. It gains meaning when attention is willingly invested into something larger than yourself. Even thinking of business, like scattered attention is an immediate way to get nothing done. If you start a business and you have all these incredible goals, they could all be 10 out of 10 great ideas, but if you try and take them all on at the same time, you'll probably hit none of them. But if you focus on one of them and you nail that thing perfectly, you will be so much further ahead. And this is so hard when you start to become successful because more and more opinions and opportunities are being flooded at you. And when you used to say no all the time, if I say no 10 times in a month, good for me. Well, now I'm getting 1,000 things asked of me and I have to say no 999 times to be able to accomplish my one thing. It gets harder and harder and more important so that you can stay focused. And on investing into something larger than yourself, that's life. Like being able to feel like something is more than just a selfish pursuit and you're actually like lifting others up. Even if your business, you're creating income for the families that work for you. You're doing something that makes your family better, you're becoming a better man to be a better husband. Like you have a bigger purpose in your life that's rather than just your own selfish gain. Like that's so important for developing meaning and actually being able to enjoy life. Last one, and this is the one I had written on the board, but I just wanted to share it again. The best moments in our lives are not the passive, receptive, relaxing times, but the moments when one's body or mind is stretched to its limits. There's a balance to this, but I feel like especially as like men, when your life gets easy and comfortable, if you start something and you enjoy it, eventually it gets easy. And you have to push yourself farther and farther and kind of stretch the limits of what you're doing and what you're capable of to still feel like it's fun. And there was an example in the book. It's like if you're playing tennis and you're just learning how to play tennis, you could be playing with like a 10-year-old and just like hitting the ball back and forth and you're trying to hit the ball and it's fun. But if you're a pro tennis player playing with a 10-year-old, you're going to be bored as fuck eventually because you're not stretching your body or your mind, your limits of what you're capable of. It just gets boring. So you need to continuously push yourself beyond things. And the gym is the perfect example of that. If you're working out every day, and when I was in the gym when I was 14 years old, the first time I ever benched, I had 90 pounds on the bar. If I was still benching 90 pounds on the bar, I would fucking hate the gym. But because the gym is such a pure thing, I'm pushing my body and my mind every day to excel and make it harder and harder, and the goalpost keeps moving further and further. I love the gym. I find meaning and purpose here and able to stretch myself. And I think, I mean, for everybody, but I think for young men who feel like lost in life, it's like life's too comfortable. It's too easy. Find some way to stretch yourself. What's something uncomfortable that you can go do to push yourself? Is it talking in public, applying for a bunch of jobs you don't think you can get, talking to a girl you think you can't get, learning something to expand your mind, getting in the gym and pushing your body is such like a beautiful stepping stone that you can apply everywhere else in your life. So that book is sick. If you guys want to read it, flow. The first few chapters are just like deep blast in the face of philosophical views of life, and then a lot of it is like research studies on people like rock climbers, professional athletes, people who enter flow states in their mind. And then the end is about like finding meaning in life. So it's an incredible book. Highly recommend it. That's what I was doing on the plane ride to Los Angeles last week, and I got some sick notes on it to fucking get my brain stewing about it. So that's our little pre-workout motivation chest day today. Gonna hit a little warm up, probably bench. I'm gonna make it up as I go. I've been following a program for a while, so some days it feels fun just to find your own flow. This is just gonna be a throwback chest day, OG C-bum days. So I'm gonna pre-exhaust with this. My shoulders were a little bit tight today, but I already have such a better range of motion now from doing everything I've been doing that when I come back, even on the lowest point of the rack, I can bottom out there from the weight stack it hits. So biggest range of motion I can get. I'll do like 2 or 3 sets, just pushing it, and then I'm gonna go bench. So a little pre-exhaust, get some blood in the chest, flies. Nothing more to say than that, honestly. I got nothing. When you're doing this, especially on the pec deck where you're in a fixed machine, when you go back to the stretch, if you think of like driving your arms as far and out as much as possible, so you're getting like that extra range. So if I'm like here compared to out here and I'm pushing out the whole time, it like forces you to keep everything on your pec rather than being able to curl in and go into your bicep and into your delt. Much better on your pecs. Was debating not taking extra pump today, but I'm like, what am I even thinking? It's chest day. Like, am I thinking at all? 2 of our products, Pump and Savage. I don't think it's super Savage, I think it's a single scoop, but they're 2 scoop formulas. So they're so packed that 1 scoop is like an average pump product. Not average, a good pump product. And then 2 scoops is a raw pump product. So 2 scoops in this bad boy, get 5 grams of citrulline, 5 grams of betaine, 2 grams of beta-alanine, 2 grams of tyrosine, 1 gram of agmatine sulfate, some salt, some lion's mane, some inositol, nitrosogene. Sick pump, pretty much, is what I'm saying. So if I don't have a pump today, I will put my shirt back on and we just won't talk about it. Oh, I got 11, so successful bench day. Got 12, 11, 11. I'm not saying those numbers because I'm proud of them. I'm just being honest.
Aren't bad numbers at all for a guy that hasn't benched in 10 years or something.
Yeah, but when you compare it to a 250-pound dude who works out.
For the first time in your career, you're at like the bottom percentile.
Literally, of everything. It's like, fuck. Bodybuilders always are, though, because we're heavy. Take a power lifter. They're like 180-pound power lifters who bench 400 pounds. and they have, what's it called, the Wilks score? It's like a body weight to loadage ratio. Pound for pound, yeah. Bodybuilders have horrible pound. Bradley has better pound for pound strength than me. Legit. It's been so long since I've been in the gym without a plan. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like knowing what I'm doing when I come in here, but because I did flat there, I think I'm gonna do an incline machine, and then I'll finish with flies. So go find an incline machine.
Does like following like a program so strictly feel like constraining? Like do you want like creativity in the gym? When people start like following checklists,
yeah,
they lose like it takes like creative flow out of things. Like do you feel that in the gym at all?
I think when it was me competing to win Olympias, I had to have like the trust in my own intuition of like what I'd done for so long, knowing what my body needs. Like if I'm in the gym and I'm like, oh, this doesn't feel good, this does feel good, to just do it and and trust myself to do that. But when it comes to training, I actually love having a program because I know I'm driving specific results. And I'm also a huge believer in programming. If you want a day of creativity, just do it. You know, none of us, I'm not a professional athlete anymore. It's not like it's the end of the world. If you're like, oh, I'm on a program, but today I just want to hit fucking 20 sets of bicep curls, just do it and then break that itch and then go back to the program. But I don't feel constrained by it. I'm also dedicated right now to like the progress of Jacklete, and I know there's a lot of specific minutiae things that I don't understand that I just need to get a baseline foundation of strength in, and then I can play a lot more with it. So it's not always perfect at being stuck in a plan, but it's for a purpose. Yeah. And I also don't want to be like saying I want to be a Jacklete and then not doing the workout for, and 3 years from now still not being able to like run without injuring my quad because I didn't take the time to do it properly from the beginning. So it's a bit of both. It's also very personal, you know. Some people, I think a lot of people say they hate being constrained by a program because they're honestly a little lazy and don't want to do the things they have to do. But there's a balance, as anything, you know. You got to find what's right for you. I'm not used to doing so much volume for a single body part. Getting fatigued. Probably just gonna do 2 sets of that. Those are also the glory days of my old training. It was like 2 sets. Yeah, let's move on. Let's get out of here. Wow, I feel like 500 pounds when I do that now. All right, tying in one little Jacklete thing at the end of this workout. Doing some underhand grip, low pulley cable flies. Get a nice stretch, pull up that upper pec. And then, I don't know what you call these things, explosive push-ups, plyo push-ups. Yeah. Off the bench, really when my muscles just completely fatigued. Just trying to drive everything out of it. Get off the bench. Normally I can push off the bench and like stand up. Right now it feels like I'm gonna collapse on my face. So the goal is just really fatigue everything out of the muscle. Wrap it up. It's hard to imagine that I used to be this like lean and like 15 pounds heavier. Like, what the fuck did I look like? A fucking mutant? Nick Walker is like this lean and 50 pounds heavier. I know I could put on muscle at any point, especially if I lose it, how easy it is to get back on being a professional bodybuilder. So the second our girls turn like 16 or 14 or whenever they get their first boyfriend, 20 pounds of lean mass, I'm putting it on. I'll give you guys my program. Whatever I do, you can follow along what it takes for me to go back when I get down to 220 back up to 250, just to scare the shit out of her boyfriends. Gotta be intimidating. All right, that's a wrap on today's OG bodybuilding chest workout. It felt a little bit less purposeful, knowing I'm training on specific programming was phasing now, where I know I'm like moving through something, and next week I'll be repeating something at least very similar to show direct progress. Just throwing this in there is very fun and like a good like creative freeing release, but I also enjoy being on a program because I know I'm directly progressing somewhere where I'm meant to progress. So if you guys are following a program, don't stress about mixing in like a fun workout every now and then. But if you are enjoying the program, you're probably seeing more results from sticking to it properly and building that progressive overload in like a progressive theme. So yeah, I don't know. That's it. I feel like I rambled enough at the beginning of this workout. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this OG chest workout. Getting back to the jack leg training, combining hypertrophy after this. So I'll see you guys then.